I'm watching this yet another rom-com, really, you could say. Very cliche title, and with all the cliched actors in them. Although, apparently, she was, when she did this movie, she was in Skeleton Key as well. So it's not quite, Kate Hudson that is. So it's a bit strange to do such. Then again, she did Bride Wars, so guess she does the serious along with the idiotic, I suppose. Um, but yeah, it's a bit strange. Of course, she can do anything, I suppose, considering her own mother is also a so-called legendary actress. Yeah, they said. So yeah, they do whatever they want, I guess. Anyway, the point is, um, yeah, the point is, it's not even listed here. Skeleton Key, is it? Don't see it here anyway. This is very bare bones, really. This IMDb account. Anyway, yeah. So it's otherwise, it's really just some rom-com, really. That is, expectedly annoying. Uh, one thing though that I noticed that is, you know, at least it tries to subvert expectations just a slight bit. The way it begins, and then suddenly, she's writing an article on Tajissus Khan. Not exactly the most expected continuation, and I guess the other actor though isn't quite. He always does these roles. I've seen another movie of his where he practically plays the same thing as well. So he's subverting no expectations whatsoever. But at one point, talks about unconscious desires or subconscious desires. Now this is not at all anything to do with anything that is, that could be called interesting in a movie. I mean, interesting to a certain extent, but not in the sense that it's positive. But anyway, the point is, you're talking about subconscious desires, and in the background there is, without spelling it out, without saying it out loud, have a Coke written on a door for some reason. I'm assuming, he's supposed to work in advertising, so I'm assuming, I don't know, maybe he handles that for them. But amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder who the sponsors are of this movie. Oh, what a tricky puzzle that would be. Not, you know? Yeah. And yeah, ultimately, this was mostly conventional rom-com, really. The ending is incredibly conventional, incredibly stereotypical, predictable. Could have very easily gone for. I mean, I don't know why. Like, it makes no sense. None of it ever makes sense. Like, first she's fighting over him because. Fighting him, that is, because he had a bet as well, and she forgives him without even mentioning it all. Like, come on, really? So very stereotypical, very boring. But until that point, all these back and forth, tauntings and such, were actually funny. It just, I don't know why they wanted to just ruin all that, to go for some sort of stereotype. This is always what rom-coms do. They ruin it. Like, I don't get it. Like, why can't you focus on the comedic aspects? Who cares about the romance? There's no point, really. You spend most of a movie just doing supposedly, theoretically funny things. It cannot be a normal romance. You just need to go on with the flow and just go with the comic aspects. But no, at the end there always needs to be some sort of rescue, some sort of reconciliation. Wow, so boring. Honestly, that just destroys the entire movie, in my opinion. Also, it had a bit too much sport, honestly. But I mean, when it was used to, in the name of the plot, to try to, do various, it was fine, I mean, semi funny, but it they did go a bit too much, like, great, you got tickets for it. I mean, can't you have tickets for a park next time, or whatever, why just basketball, and just basketball, not even any other sport, like, whenever something is obsessed with so much, like in Silver Linings Playbook. I don't know how many people liked it, but there's an absolute obsession, absolute, with both sport, which ironically actually isn't actually shown much in the movie itself, just talked about. So I don't know if that's even more boring or less, you know. Yeah, maybe more, because just random babble, really. This isn't very interesting at all. And they were also obsessed with betting in that movie, which also does have jargon and whatnot. Anyway, that's another movie that I commented on as well. Supposed to have some sort of comedy as well. Just wow. So it actually, it wasn't so conventional comedy. By all means, wasn't a conventional rom-com or anything. So but it still turned out to be boring somehow. So yeah, just because something is conventional doesn't mean it's necessarily boring, and vice versa. But this is conventional, and it's still boring. But mainly in the latter half, in my opinion, as soon as she goes to his parents, that's when the movie is dead, pretty much. After that, it's all like, oh, great. We're really going to focus on the romance, and oh, I'm sitting on a toilet and crying because everything is so nice. Like, what? These people just suddenly just forgot that up until that point, like a whole 40, 50 minutes was full of comedy. Oh no, suddenly it's serious. Like, come on. Can't believe.